And they're playing on A, which is interesting. You often see people retake A. Fur's got all the info here, they can start pouring in on it.
Yeah, then he's just trying to flood their way through. Fur will get the opening frag though as he dispatches Paz. He went for the first information play. You can see just trying to ward them off, but Major actually fights back, takes down Taco. As they now push their way on towards the bomb site. Calix's damage as well. Eliminating Fur. This is fairly huge, but Cold Zero, of course. He's in the rear. He's trying to come up strong. Will shut down one man. Eliminates Major, but Santares, the boy we spoke about so much, fires back, taking down Phelps. Leaves it on Cold Zero to attempt to do something. He can't quite muster it, and neither can Fallen.
Yeah, it's things like that. Tendencies you're going to get from playing these players a lot, watching demos. This looks like it's going to go straight out on A. Really not much thought put into the rest of the map here.
Let's see if this is going to work. Actually, Taco and Far are holding them back as they're able to find these frags with these M4s, just ripping their way through the opposition. Fallen comes into effect, of course, as well. Engine's the last man left standing, but he's actually really starting to rip through them. Finds two fairly effective headshots with that Galil in hand. He still needs to do so much more, though. Left in a 1 versus 3. So many angles to try and cover here, and he's in the wide open as he needs to cross over. Unfortunately, Fur will get the better of an SK bounce back in.
Now they've got a lot of angles to deal with the CTs.
Oh, Fallen, though. He's going to make play. Beats his way out with the struggle. Eventually will come back in. Finds the second frag. The bomb site as well. And Santares going huge as he rips his way through. Leaves him in this 3 versus 3. You can see the CTs questioning how they need to play this. Wait for the bombs to go down, attempt to retake together. They do have kits. They have 2 kits here, and they've got a lot of utility still as well. They have the Molotov. They can try and force them out of position. Flashbangs to allow them to go in. They just need to play this together. Teamwork is critical in this situation. SpaceSoldiers as well. They're dinked fairly low across the board. Engine's the only one that's close to being at 100 HP right now as they do begin to mount their retake. Spamming through the smoke. You can see it's really struggling from... They know they have to try and clear so many angles, and Santares picks off with another 2 frags into the round. That's absolutely massive. It's a quad kill into the round, Chris. 1 away from actually getting the ace and shutting it down. Fur, of course, as well. He's got Fallen's up. He needs to back off and just hope to stay alive.
Very sparse with their utility, and this looks like a tempo A play. Very interesting smoke.
I think this is smart as well, because they're going to be able to read off the back of the economy. They're going to know SK are in top form. They know they won't have that all-out Fallen. It's just easy. Santares as well. You put him back in his prime role.
Available.
He just charges
out. Look at them, they're all on A. What a round.
Absolutely huge. They just rip their way for everyone. You just leave Phelps left. Orn is lonesome. He's close by. Actually, he's going to try and play around the smoke here, see if he can do a little bit of damage, as he might as well at this point. But Calix instantly shuts him down.
Yeah, Deagle's so dangerous. You just get one dink. These players are so good with Deagles.
This is so clever. You can see the consistency as well. They know what SK have up their sleeve, and they know how to deal with it every time as well. Smart stuff starts to come out. Santares and Co rip their way through. In a matter of a second, everyone has been obliterated. Fallen does fight back. I mean, you touched on that Deagle. It could be so deadly as he finds a double kill. Hungry for the hat trick, but it wasn't quite meant to be.
Been putting in so much work, it's showing. Another tempo play.
Fur as well, caught off guard there off the back of the flashbang. Smart stuff, he couldn't really react. Taco instantly gets his head knocked clean off. Fallen does fire back. This time around he will find 1 frag, but even then they're left in a 3 versus 4 retake. This is going to be so awkward. They double it up though. Coming back into effect, they leave them in a 3 versus 3 as Paz will get the bomb down, but they still have utility to play with. They can mount this retake if they play it smart. They don't have a kit though, Chris.
They're probably just going to save. If they don't get an entry in the next 5-10 seconds, they'll probably just save.
Major will peek out. They actually do trade. They go for one for one into this. Now they just need to try and do something. If they're going to do it, though, they need to react quickly. They are going to push their way through.
They're going for it.
Fallen tiptoes his way up. He is blind. Trying to find something. This is going to be such a hard retake to actually achieve effectively here. They realise they need to just do something right now. Cold will find the frag back on towards Paz. Just scoping into the smokers. Fallen will jump on the bomb. He is holding it out. And Cold Zero finds it. In a matter of seconds, he gets the defuse.
That's
so lucky.
So important. And then they could press the rest of the map now.
Look at this though as well. Engine, you put him on the AWP into this round, you allow him to go for that early game pick. They actually go for the smokes as well. So Major can get straight through instantly as he works his way around. 3 stacks, he's in the back. They have no idea as he's tiptoed through the smoke. Major gets the opening headshot.
So
there's only 1 player left on the site, it's just Phelps. He's trapped, absolutely panicking right now over by close pit. You can see Fallen will arrive over to 1 frag back on towards Antares, takes him down. Major's doing a little bit of damage as well, but they've got complete control of the bomb site here.
They are literally just brute force and ignorance straight into any bomb site they choose. Anyone can win the tournament. G2, your Astralis, your FaZe, your SK, any of these guys can win a tournament quite easily. Their score just incredibly high. You won't be able to break the T's at this point.
Oh, Fallen as well.
They're just taking jewels anywhere. They don't care.
So much confidence on display right now behind these SpaceSoldiers players, and they're just ripping their way through. I mean, Phelps can trade it back, but look how low he is. Left on just 8 HP towards the B bomb site. He has to fall back. Has to just trying to lock into position. And SpaceSoldiers, they are just doing absolute work right now. Fur, he needs to be the difference maker. He is going to approach his way around, try and get himself into the back line. Go for these frags here, but it is a huge play towards the B site into the late round. Engine, he scoped in with the AWP. Fur, it's all on him. He has to be the critical man in this moment. Will spot out Engine, takes him down, and instantly retreats though. Isn't going to go overconfident. But the only beneficial factor is he does have a whole tackle. He's going to get spotted out by Santares. Even though he's low, he does actually do the damage. You can see Phelps as well. 2 angles to cover right now. He's panicking. He's quaking his boots because he knows he can't effectively hold this.
This is so well played by them.
But the mind games.
Yeah. They pressured B, they forced them to come B. Santares found the gap knowing that they're going to rotate towards B. He's cut off them now towards B, and in heading towards A, there's only going to be one guy there. This guy has to come in big here.
Fur needs to do some damage, and he will actually kick it off, but can he find the second frag? Struggling right now as he double peeks, but he does do it! Phelps as well! Nade out, blows Antares out of the server.
CT's going to be trying to make a play, even the numbers. Oh, that's a crucial shot to miss. He doesn't often miss those.
He does get the follow-up though as he shuts down Antares. He was just hammering away as well, wants to keep them at bay.
He's facing like mad now.
You can see the anger in some of these players over on the side of SK.
Yeah.
Engine is going to fire back there. Actually switches out to the AK-47 as he slips his way on towards the bomb site, being a little bit of a sneaky snake as he gets into the back line here. Could be huge. I mean, they're completely unaware of this. They do have the angles covered. Fallen's above him. He is going to make a lot of noise, though, so Fallen's going to be aware of this, but still such an awkward angle to peek, and he finds the headshot! Rips his way through Engine! The double kill comes out as well. This is absolutely insane. Left on a hat-trick right now. 1 player left on the side of SK. It is only Cold0 left. This is absolutely mental. He has the retake potential. The kit is there.
Oh my god, that's insane!
Slips out and shuts him down.
SpaceSoldiers could well just absolutely run away with this game. Again, another tempo play to speed up the pace.
Once again, Major is instantly able to step straight into the backline. It's a common play. You go for the double swing. You walk your way through. They have no idea. He might struggle and only find 1 frag off the back of them. They're going to be panicked, confused about this play. Meanwhile, they instantly rotate off of A because they've been slipped through like that. He was able to find his way through, instantly just eradicate everything, and now the A bomb site's been taken.
He's just run through B bomb site and killed the guy at truck so he can go A. And A's completely open.
This is just unnatural. The plays they're getting away with here is absolutely crazy.
They must be feel like helpless right now. They're getting outplayed, they're getting outgunned. Emotions are going to be flaring on this game, you can tell for sure.
Oh, just get the scout tag though before and try to do some more damage.
Big ass.
It's only 2 tags, yeah. It's unlikely he was going to be able to do too much. And they do end it in a 12-3 half. I mean,
he taking a fight to them, I don't see SK actually winning this game.
Oh, look at the play they're going for here as well. You go for the big contact. They work their way through. Calyx will actually find the response as he takes down Fallen. Can they do anything else? Cole trapped here as they have to now go for their play towards the A bomb site. The Engine is single-handedly defending. Sure, he's low, but he's still alive. He's been able to backtrack a Major. He's on the side, ready to do damage. Pops out, finds the headshot, but unfortunately, Taco will fire back. Engine trying to contest as well, leaves them in a 3 versus 2, but the bomb's down. They don't really need to go for the play right now, but they're trying to run the risk. They get punished for it, though, as Taco will find the head.
And that's some of the inexperience we've seen us shine through. They don't need to take that duel there. The bomb is not down. Wait for your 3rd player to come in.
Now they leave themselves in the 2 versus 2. I mean, they do have the kit on Engine. He was able to stay alive. But they don't have any utility. They have a decoy. That's going to be useless to him in this scenario. They need to find Cold, really, as he's in such a prime time angle. He could really dispatch them at this point. We'll tag him. Peeks out, finds the headshot in the end, will actually eliminate Engine, but he's hungry for a little bit more as he goes back into that second bite to pass. Too hot to handle right now, will shut him down. Cold as well, just trying to bob and weave, hoping he can try and shut him down. Does have a massive advantage in this scenario as the push has to come towards him, just trying to toy with him right now. But he finds the headshot actually, but he needs to grab the kit and do it in time. It is impossible, so unfortunate. Oh, he is actually going to go back in, but it's not achievable in this scenario. Still close. Nevertheless, that could have been a huge round.
They could have made their round happen.
Major played that so fabulously here. Antares as well, Deagle. Playing a little bit further back, has actually up close to first, though he did do some damage. It's still at finding his frag. He said how powerful these hand cannons can be, but right now it's just Paz ripping his way through everyone before Taco and Phelps start to find a little bit of momentum and work their way back through. They do steamroll through the remaining CTs on the bomb site, leaving them in a 2 versus 1. It's just Calyx left. He's trapped on short right now with a Deagle in his hand. No utility to aid him in this push. Obviously, Phelps is fairly low. It wouldn't take too much to actually put these players down, having a dirt nap, but it just depends if he can something on his side, and it isn't meant to be. Now they set themselves up. Major, if they don't clear it, he's going to be such a nuisance. It's so effective from Shroud. He can do so much damage. He actually peeks out, but luckily enough, Fallen have the angle covered. The Molotovs do go through to try and get anyone out of those power play positions. Paz will have to retreat back towards the bomb site. They do tiptoe their way through. Taco finds another frag as well, so they are left in a 5 versus 3. Paz on the site gets spotted out as Fallen will be able to execute as he speeds his way through. Follow-up headshot towards Calyx that is absolutely disgusting as well, leaving it just on Engine. Miles away in the CTs if they find another frag here. Oh, unfortunately for Fallen, won't clear the angle, will just walk his way through blindly, and Engine will take him down. Zooming into this round as well, looks like it will be a doorburst play towards the A bomb site, which could actually spell a little bit of dismay, unless Engine can go huge with Zorb, finds the opening frag, but he needs to try and allow his teammates to aid him in this scenario, but SK are doing damage. He will find the follow-up as well. That's 2. The hat-trick comes out. Engine is unstoppable in these scenarios. He's been ripping his way through everyone that dares to try and go up against the man. Finds 3 kills, but he's hungry for more. Calyx will eventually be dispatched though, as they find the headshot back on towards him. They're approaching towards the A bomb site. Engine covering short, but will he actually spot out Cold? Tiptoeing his way through the smoke. It all depends on timing here. It's so key as he sits his way over by Electric Box, just hoping to get the drop on the opposition. Has to have his ears on as well because there's someone behind him. Phelps went for the boost, finds the headshot, leaving it all on Major now to try and do the unthinkable into this situation. It is going to be a struggle to make his way over, but he's caught his pants down, fumbling with his knife, and Cold can execute him.
It's going to be interesting to see if they can actually find that fall that they had.
SpaceSoldiers, they wanted to prove that they were here to stay. I said that before, but this is where they really want to just display how much damage they can do. But right now, SK are back on form. A hat-trick of kills, an absolute flurry to kick this round off as they have so much map control now. They can storm their way up and brute force entry their way in towards the A bomb sites. There's just one man there trying to ward them off. Of course, it is going to be Major. He will find the opening frag though, shuts down Fur to at least give himself a little bit of time to play. Of Engine towards the B bomb sites doing damage as well as he just rips his way through with the AWP, of course. He knows how to wield the weapon so effectively. And even though they were in a round scenario that looked like it was too far gone, they actually fire back. Him and Major, they could be the key. The smoke goes down. Taco actually not going to pre-fire his way through the smoke, does so in the end as he finds the frag eventually. And it's all on Major here. Tiptoes his way through, knows there's one man on the site. There's a little bit of damage at the M4, but can't quite find the kills. Fallen with his sidearm in tow will find the frag. But this is a lot more aggressive from SpaceSoldiers. Maybe this confidence back in their favor could help them out. Calyx shutting down Cold instantly. This is nice. They've got some good positions here. A lot more map control in their favor into this round. Oh, Fur could be caught off guard here. Caresses Engine directly below him. Will peek up, finds the headshot. Absolutely juicy stuff on display now.
Nice bit there. You see that? Just shoulder peek for info then.
Paz, he will be traded out in the end by Phelps as they fall back into a 2 versus 4 as they're making their play up on towards the scene of the crime. But Zantares, of course, you can't overpower him in these scenarios. When he's got the rifle in his hands, he's primed and ready. He's been looking warm, and he's just doing damage. Peeks out as well, will shut down Fallen.
Don't get me wrong, SpaceSoldiers had an equally strong T-Hard.
Oh, well, that is an awkward fight to lose towards mid.
You can just tell the different styles. They contrast so much, don't they?
It's really quite crazy and sort of the change of power here that's been displayed on the server. I mean, Zantares obviously a lot of damage transferred on towards Fur early, and he has the nades to work with. Yep, that Molotov should burn him out of position. If it didn't, he would have found the frag with the M4 anyway. So they already have a 2-player deficit into this round.
This is what a lot of time the teams are going to be peeking as CTs when they don't need to and giving away entries.
Because it's not looking great so far. The Molotovs will go out. Major actually spots out Coldzera as well, so he's trapped now. He's pent in. The only thing he can do is just try and wait it out. But Fallen, he has to go on his lonesome. He has to try and work his way through. Finds the opening shot, but unfortunately, instantly Paz will trade it back. They had the teamwork. They had that on lockdown. And Cold's trapped on his lonesome. It's just a matter of time before he gets put down.
A bit of a bloodbath towards the end of the round, I think.
Zantares here towards mid. Should be able to do some damage, but the pistol's close range should be able to overwhelm him, actually. They do find the headshot. They put him down, and they've been able to grab that weapon as well. It all relies on Paz to be able to create that divide. Yeah, his teammates will be rotating in. This is the thing. There's no one on the site, though. And SK, they are primed and ready to burst their way out, lock it down, and secure this site. Just depends how the frags are going to go. Phelps will find that shot back towards Paz. Coldzera just trying to aid them as well. It does force those SpaceSoldiers players to fall back, and they're just going to have to stay back and let this round slip. It's too far gone.
Well, they've got info that the AWP's there and they're still committed to this. They've got a plan.
They want to just try and drill their way through. The AWP unfortunately will miss the opening shot, but Major does damage. Misses the follow-up as well through the blind. is trying to get himself into a prime position, but they have got the advantage right now. Fallen, they need to try and fire back. It is going to be Cold-Zero to do a little bit of damage towards Antares. Major goes big, though. He finds one frag left in a 1 versus 1 here. Cold-Zero versus Paz. He needs to try and go huge. Terrified that someone is going to be tiptoeing their way around from behind, but he's actually closer than he knows. Just sitting there, just waiting. The bomb is in clear view. Still so much time to play with. An absolute flurry of nades on his side as well. It just depends on who actually finds the first peak here, who's going to be able to rip their way through with these bullets. If Cole goes for the peak, this does favor Paz. Yes, they will come, but it doesn't matter. Cold-Zero finds the headshot. Major, he has to make the play, it seems. He's going to tiptoe his way through. They do get some control towards main. They're going to be funneling their way through. They're up close and personal. He does find the opening frags. He shuts down Fallen and quickly falls back to try and support towards door as well. A lot of nades will come through, but Major is still alive and kicking with his teammates on the site. Nade goes through. That's going to be the Molotov to try and burn them out. It just depends if he can find these kills. Oh, he's so close. He's getting rattled down, but luckily enough, Santares finds the kill. That's the bomb down in an awkward location as well. Major, close, but no cigar. He should have been able to find that frag there. Fur will also hit the deck, but there's a trade back from Cold as they're left in a 3 versus 2. Taco and Cold-Zero, they need to try and make the play together. They have to work as a unit, but they push their way through. Headshot comes out for Cold-Zero. Just a matter of seconds left to play with Pass. Deagle in close proximity, plays around the smoke, charges through, just has to find this kill, shuts him down. And SpaceSoldiers will pick up the win with a 16-14 scoreline. SK Gaming lose out in regular time.